Friday, April 24th, out here on the farm, Castlemont High School, and I just want to highlight the germination of our pinto beans. We got really good germination in this section, and here we are coming into spring. The farm is looking amazing. We have so many people doing awesome efforts, and the amount of work that's being accomplished within a couple days, couple weeks is just truly amazing. This cleanliness and openness, you can feel the difference. And I'm not sure who's doing this, but you guys are just making it happen. Like, look at the difference. Used to all be grass like this, and you came in, just cleared it out and mulched it, and now it's open and ready. It looks really organized and neat and clean. It's a beautiful thing. All right, so here we are getting into the work. We have this front little section. It looks like it's been cleared, is ready. Great job. This garlic's gonna be coming along pretty soon. And we wanna pay attention to the yellowing of the leaves. And as that progresses, we'll look to pull some out and try to take samples. And that's gonna be a big task when we come through and do the garlic harvest. And so if you want, it sounds like you're already trying to think about how we can involve folks and make it a type of celebration. And I think that's a great thing. I think we're about 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks out. It's kind of hard to say. But what we should do is we should turn the water off on these 2 lines so that that garlic gets a chance to dry out and start to harden. So I'm gonna walk down. And as we come through, again, we have these front areas that will be ready when we kind of identify folks who are ready for our food. Okay, so here's the manifold. This is the main one where all the water runs through, and these are our side ones. And basically, when the knob is going parallel with the line, water's flowing, we turn it off, and we just turn it, and now water stops. And so we're just gonna do that. Turn that water off. Now these lines connect with the little device in here. And so it's actually pretty secure. If you pull too much on the line, the whole thing will pop off. And this device is connected to this line using this thing. So you turn it and the line slips on, this kind of clamps down. Sometimes these will pop off of here too. So that's something to pay attention to as we get into summer. And I was highlighting what was going on under our hoop house over here, is that the water, one of these lines wasn't connected and one of them was turned off. So they're both connected now. We're getting water and you can see it dripping down in there. And you see how that popped off? Just a little bit of pressure. It will pop off and the water will stop flowing. So what we're gonna do is open this all the way up, get this in there. And sometimes it's kind of hard. There we go, it wasn't open. Open it up, get it in there, and now try to close it down. But they're not super secure. That's something to pay attention to. As you're working the beds, the lines might get pulled out. And as we're waiting, we want these lines to stay in the middle of the beds so they stay wet. We want to keep our soil wet so it stays alive. As it dries out, all the microorganisms head deeper in the soil and the upper levels start to die out. So here's the thing, this time around is we got this lettuce. So much lettuce. And it's starting to get ready. You can see these heads forming. As it gets hotter, they might start to bolt. But really, further down, towards the top of the beds, the heads are getting huge. This one you can see, it's already bolting. So I'll reach out to Max about seeing if Fat Beats wants to buy lettuce heads. I think we need to harvest these. You can see these butter crunches are full and heavy. Nice, beautiful lettuces. It'd be a shame to lose them to the heat. But they're not getting water now, which they weren't getting for the last couple weeks. So it's pretty amazing that they've come through. And once we harvest this lettuce, we want to work this soil, loosen it up again, rake it out so that we can plant more lettuce and plant basil. So we have basil that we just potted up. And so what you're going to do is you basically want to take this off, take these clips, clip them on the white part, lift up the line, lift up the fabric. You do a couple posts at a time. Lift up this fabric. Alright, and now you can like really see as you do that, you'll be able to pull this to the other side, work this bed. It'll be a lot easier. So you want to really take this stuff off. The only thing you got to be wary of is just keep the clips, because that helps it. See these heads? Fat heads. So I think next week, if we can harvest as much of this lettuce as possible, that's really the area of what we should be focusing on out here. I mean, in terms of the weed control and the development of the space, seems like you're already on that, and there's not too much you need guidance with, to be honest. In terms of the posts, I see got good spacing. You see how they're pretty short? This is about 3.5, 4 feet tall, and these beans will grow way taller. So what I'm thinking we do eventually is we get some bamboo, just like we did for these sweet peas, and we basically tie the bamboo to the posts. So if this wooden post is your metal post, this bamboo will make it, you know, much taller. And we'll just tie them up, and then the beans will grow up those posts. And we just want to make them, you know, reachability, because as they get too tall, we won't be able to harvest. All right, the chard looks good that you flipped at the top of this bed. Looks like we've cleared it. We flipped that, have some more kale that's ready to be planted, so we can plant the kale there and over here. And in here, we'll do more lettuce and basil, and we'll get those bean seeds. All right, peace, y'all.